I would like to welcome everybody to the Atlantic County Board of County Commissioners. This is our meeting for the month, and the first time we are back in person, and we're very happy to be together again. And before we start the meeting, I would like to wish our clerk, Sonia, a very happy birthday.
Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I'm going to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Okay, now that goes down again. Okay, the meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners is called to order. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners was provided in the following manner. Published in the Press of Atlantic City and mailed to the Current, the Daily Journal, the Hamilton Gazette, and the Hamilton News. And it has been posted on the bulletin boards in the County Office Building in Atlantic City, the Stillwater Building in Northfield, and the County Clerk's Office in Mays Landing. And we're going to have our prayer, but as we pray today, I would like to ask that we keep American athletes in Tokyo in our thoughts and prayers as they begin their Olympic competition representing our great country. Also, we'd like to keep in our prayers would be our Atlantic City Councilman Morshed. Okay, so our Heavenly Father, grant us the wisdom to walk in thy light and the courage to accept the responsibilities placed upon us. Grant that our principles may be sound, our decisions wise, and our performance and official faithful. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we will stand and post the flag. Attention, salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Here.
Bertino, Corsi,
Present.
Days,
Here.
Fitzpatrick,
Here.
Scatto, Risley,
Here.
and Kern.
Here. Okay, the commissioners have had an opportunity to review the minutes from June 1, 2021. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the June 1, 2021 minutes as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion made in second. Can we have a roll call?
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino, Corsi,
Abstain.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes. Okay, anyone that would like to speak during public comments that is on the video, please come to the podium here and state your name and the town you reside. If you're attending virtually, please type yes and the resolution number in the question and answer box. Any items not listed on the agenda, you may speak during public comments. You'll be raised from an attendee to a panelist. When you're raised, please state your name and the town you reside. And we were going to give Pat a little bit of a break just to be courteous with all the time that she has spent putting together all of our updates. However, she does have some updates with some of the latest things with our COVID. So anyone that would like to ask a question to the public health officer regarding COVID-19, please type yes in the question and answer box. So Pat, are you on?
Fortunately, I'm so virtual, but I have a brief update, and I do have some slides. And Sarah, I'm going to need you as my co-pilot again. Okay, and I thought it was important just to bring this up to date, and that's actually the last slide there. Sarah, if you could just start from the beginning, that'd be great. Okay, it's just a surveillance summary of the July 20th and 21st, and I worked with the State Department of Health to bring you the most up-to-date information. Next slide here, please. Okay, what we have here, and I know you've heard it in the news, and our cases right now within our county are 27,872 cumulative positive. which were not really increasing tremendously in the past 2 weeks, but they are increasing. And if you can take a look at the screen with the title, lab confirmed cases, PCR all positives. At the right hand side, after a series of dips and leaps, you can see at the tail end starting to increase a little bit statewide. Next slide, Tara. And within our county, we're similar. You can see on the right-hand side, we are seeing an uptick in cases that we are continuing to monitor closely, which is really thought to be due to the Delta variant that, as you know, is highly transmissible. Actually, about 50% more transmissible than the prior variant, or the Alpha, also called the UK variant, which we saw a lot in the wintertime. Okay, next slide, Kara, please. And this is where this variant has taken over. This actually, I think it's a greenish brown on the right-hand side. This is actually every 2 weeks statewide. It takes a few weeks for the results to come in. As you can see, it slowly taking over. Where now it's almost completely taken over the bar. And down below, we see that last blue, and that is actually the UK variant, which actually filled the whole bar, and that's not that long ago. And I'd like to point out the gray area up top with the 13%. That's called other. So there's many more variants out there circulating that you not hear about because they're just out there, not of concern. They're not transmissible and they're not causing a severe illness. Next slide, please, Sarah. And this is where we fare. And they break it down into regions, not county. And this view is actually of our 7 counties in the south: Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, Salem, Cumberland, Cape May, and of course the Basque Atlantic, where you can see where we fare. We are track of what we're seeing is that Delta variant, the more transmissible variant. Okay. Next slide.
Hey Pat,
Yes.
really quickly on that slide if I can, I noticed the sample size on us was 91 compared to the other 2 kind of sections were over 200. That's that's equatable to, I guess, like case counts or positive tests.
Huh. And those that would warrant sequencing. Like,
Okay.
all positive samples will be tested for variants. Say if somebody travels to the area where you're going to be seeing that Delta variant, they may test. Say if you've been vaccinated and you become positive, then they would test to determine whether or not there's breakthrough and what variant may be causing that. So they're very selective because it is costly and it is time consuming to test it. They really get a good handle on what's out there. And here's our COVID activity level report, which actually for the 9th week, now this report is broken down, the state's broken down into 6 regions as compared to 3, where the 3 counties with Atlantic, Cumberland, and Cape May are still at the low level, or green level, that we've held that stance for the last 9 weeks, but the metrics they used to determine that are increasing, and that's the number of cases, percent positivity, and those presenting with COVID-like symptoms to emergency rooms. Now, that's not to say that we won't remain there, but I'm just saying, just to give you a heads up that they are increasing. And if you see at the northwest corner of the state, they actually are now at a low level. And this report is something that appears weekly and distributed to our schools or healthcare facilities or nursing homes. And many of the things and the activities that they've put in place hinges upon this report. So that's why it is so important. And that is pretty much the conclusion of my slide. So I just wanted to highlight the vaccination, which we are really pushing vaccination throughout the county, as well as other areas of the state doing the same thing. And I'm happy to say that in the last 2 weeks, the percentage of residents who have been completely vaccinated has increased by 1% in all of the 4 of the state designated age categories. I mean, they're not growing in leaps and bounds, as you know, when we initiated vaccination, but they are increasing. Completely vaccinated now means the resident again has received either 2 doses of Moderna, or 2 doses of Pfizer, or the 1 dose of J&J. And within those age groups, 58% of Atlantic County residents 12 and over, and that's about 234,000, have been completely vaccinated. Of those 18 and over, 61% have been completely vaccinated, Of those 65 and older, there have been 82% that have been completely vaccinated. And last but not least, of those 80 and above, 74% of those individuals are vaccinated. And that's important because they are the most vulnerable. And again, in all age groups, we have increased by 1%. We continue to move in the right direction. Vaccination continues to prove itself to be highly protective from COVID infection and of the variants that are presented. And if infected, if you so happen to become infected, the case is less likely to be severe. What we're not seeing an increase in is hospitalizations of those hospitalized, the number in ICUs. So the cases that are appearing are less severe. We also continue to partner with many different agencies to promote vaccinations, and we continue to have a contact tracing staff working remotely that follow up on positive cases, which is really ever so important when cases are low, because you've got the two tools. You've got the vaccination to prevent infection, but if you have an infection, you've got to contain it as quickly as possible, and that's through our contact tracing staff. So finally, as usual, stay safe and get vaccinated if you have not already, and encourage those around you to get vaccinated. And just by you being vaccinated, that provides confidence in people that may be doubtful or maybe unsure or maybe somewhat fearful.
Thank you, Pat. Commissioners,
Thank you very much. Pat, my question is this. It sounded like about 40% of adults who are not senior citizens are unvaccinated. Is the county doing any kind of a public information outreach to try and persuade, give accurate information to those who are unvaccinated?
We work through community-based groups, religious groups. The people that have been vaccinated in any of the age groups really have been convinced by, say, your CDC, FDA, say their family members. But what we're finding throughout the state and our county is the convincing people to get vaccinated is pretty much either a religious leader, someone that they have believe in, that they trust, like a physician, a friend that has gotten vaccinated, a family member. So we're working with community-based organizations, religious organizations, and healthcare providers to pass the word on. And of course, they're also welcome to actually contact our office, but that's what seems to work.
All right, thanks.
thank you, Pat. Do I have any other commissioners' comments or questions? Anybody from the public? Okay, thank you so much, Pat. We greatly appreciate all your updates.
Okay, you're quite welcome, and happy birthday, Sonia.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay, that brings us right to Resolution 375.
Grant acceptance from the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Office of the Attorney General for the State Fiscal 21 Body Worn Camera Grant Program, amount not to exceed $226,218.
Motion. Second.
Motion made in second. Any comments from the commissioners? Any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino? Corsi?
Yes.
There he is. He's on.
He showed up.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. I just want to say, along with Resolution 376, we'll also be voting later on a sub-grant agreement for Resolution 389 with the City of Atlantic City addressing childhood lead exposure prevention. Such an important program, even a small amount of lead exposure can cause serious harm to a child's health, resulting in damage to the brain and nervous system, slowed growth and development, and learning and behavior problems. So I look forward to supporting both of these resolutions. So it brings us right to Resolution 376.
Grant application and acceptance from the New Jersey Department of Health for the Childhood Lead Exposure Prevention Project, amount not to exceed $207,000.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any comments from the commissioners?
Just have one question.
Okay.
The grant says it's for a period commencing October 1st, 2020 and terminating June 30th, 2021, which is already passed. and we're approving it now. Is that money that, is that a program that says already started and we're just paying for it now? Or are the dates wrong?
I'm looking at Jerry.
It's a program that's been ongoing for about 4 or 5 years. They just, this is, if you remember, the state changed their budget cycle from 12 months to 15 months.
Right.
And so this was just awarded, so that's why you're voting for it now. Although the program continues, Bonnie continues to pay for it because we get notice that, the state's going to pay. So that could happen.
So it will continue past
It will
tonight?
continue, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank
There'll
you.
be another award letter.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Do I have any other comments or questions from the commissioners? Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 377.
Grant application and acceptance from the Schools and Libraries Corporation for the Emergency Connectivity Fund, amount not to exceed $8,652.96.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any comments from the commissioners? Any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 378, please.
Grant application and acceptance from the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety for the fiscal year 2021 Operations Helping Hand Grant, amount not to exceed $90,476.19.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any comments from the commissioners? Any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to combine and adopt resolution numbers 379 to 382.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion made and second. Any comments from the commissioners? Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 383.
Amending Resolution Number 180 adopted April 6, 2021, professional services agreement with various vendors for the provision of library goods and services to include EBSCO, no additional cost.
Motion. Second.
Motion made second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Anything from the public? No. Okay, roll call, please.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 384.
Bid contract with Jersey Architectural Door and Supply Incorporated to provide miscellaneous overhead door replacement and repair at various county locations. Amount not to exceed $194,780.
Motion.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Seeing none, any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 385.
Bid contract with LGB Mechanical Incorporated to provide a new heating, ventilation, air conditioning system and generator for the Atlantic County Hamilton Library. Amount not to exceed $725,160.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
through you, I'm not gonna ask Bertina because he gives me all the wrong answers, so I'm gonna ask Jerry. So, is this replacing the original, if you know?
Yes, it is.
And then two is that, I'm reluctant to support it only because it's in Hamilton, and it's on the western part of the county, and I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet on this one, so to speak, and go forward. But I don't want Bettina calling me later. But I really want to know, was it the original they're replacing?
That's correct.
On this building, so.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes, I think the budget subcommittee heard that the ductwork in this particular case was the original ductwork in the
That's
building.
when I jumped on late, so
Correct.
Amy was moving the meeting so fast, I couldn't. But, okay, thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Anything from the public? None? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes, and no blueberries for Commissioner Gordon.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 386.
Intergovernmental Services Agreement with the New Jersey Juvenile Justice Commission, Office of Education to provide educational services at Harbor Fields Detention Center, amount not to exceed $511,030.
Motion.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. 387, please.
Interlocal Services Agreement with Atlantic Cape Community College for the Summer Youth Employment Program, amount not to exceed $7,832.
Motion.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Seeing none?
I have
Oh,
a
I'm
question.
sorry.
Thank you. Jerry, I noticed this is the first 7 days will be virtual. That's for, like, for the training for harassment videos and things?
Yes, Fran's on. I mean, Fran, go through the whole program if you like. I
I'm
think.
just curious, so after
That's
that,
right.
do you have placements already in mind
Yes,
for these
yes,
kids?
they do,
Okay.
absolutely, yes. I think they had 80 children this year, I think is what we told the budget subcommittee, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
And are they placed based on requests or opportunities available from department heads or?
Well, there are requests that go out for employers. So Fran, can you
Okay,
tell you how
okay.
many individuals, how many employers did you get, Fran?
There are 35 to 40, there were like 135 slots that the employers were looking to try and fill. I believe the total tally for the youth that were actually signed up for the program was 54.
All right.
So we're looking to figure out other ways to fill those slots.
Are there any opportunities within county government for some of these students?
Actually, the election board was taking some of the kids.
Okay.
I think they took 4 or 5, so yeah, there are a couple of different opportunities. I think the animal shelter is also
Yeah.
taking 1 or 2 as well.
Fantastic. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other comments from the commissioners? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. In regards to the next resolution, I just want to say the effects of the pandemic on our community is notable, not only in respect to increased mental health issues, but also in substance abuse. The following resolution, which I would wholeheartedly support, will allow local municipalities to benefit from a grant awarded to the county to conduct and will focus on drug and alcoholism prevention in their municipalities over the next 12 months commencing this month. So now we go on to Resolution 388.
Intergovernmental sub-grant agreement with various Atlantic County municipalities for drug and alcohol education and prevention services, amount not to exceed $188,811.
Motion.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners?
Jerry, have any municipalities applied for this money yet?
Yes, I think Jennifer's on, I think there are 18. Jennifer, you there?
Yeah, they all.
Yeah, if I may, I believe this is in support of our municipal alliances
Right.
that currently
Right.
Okay, I see the list,
There's
thank you.
18,
Got it.
yeah, that's right.
One question.
Okay.
This would be for Rick. Rick, I'm a member of the Municipal Alliance in Andover Township, so I imagine I would have to recuse, right?
I would, yes, is the answer.
Thank you.
Okay, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Recuse.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 389.
Sub-grant agreement with the City of Atlantic City for the Childhood Lead Exposure Prevention Project, amount not to exceed $70,500.
Motion.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 389. That's the one we just
390?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resolution 390.
Memorandum of Understanding with the Atlantic City Housing Authority and Jewish Family Services to case manage 16 homeless persons or families who will reside at the Atlantic City Housing Authority's residential apartment buildings, no cost.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Okay, seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 391.
Alternate method contract with various vendors to provide nursing staff to Meadowview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, amount not to exceed $75,000.
Second.
Motion made second. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to combine and adopt resolution numbers 392 to 395, appointments and reappointments.
Second.
Motion made second. Any comments from the commissioners? I just want to say, you know, if any of these individuals weren't here, and I don't think I've seen anybody on the screen when you put the attendees up, but we do appreciate all of the time these individuals put into these commissions. Okay, nothing from the public? We'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 371.
Through 96.
96.
You looking at
Yeah,
that?
I don't know. I'm so screwed.
Come on.
396.
Okay.
Roadway solicitation.
Yeah.
Authorizing consent for roadway solicitation event by East Vineland Volunteer Fire Company and the intersection, at the intersection of Tuckahoe Road, County Route 557, and Landis Avenue, County Route 540, in Buena Vista Township on Friday, July 30, 2021, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and on Saturday, July 31, 2021, from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Anything from the commissioners, comments or questions? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to resolution 397.
Resolution to have the state expedite construction at the corner of Route 30 and Cologne Avenue in Galloway Township. Sponsors Commissioner Amy L. Gatto and Commissioner Richard R. Days.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any comments from the commissioners?
Okay, Amy, do you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, and just a note to my commissioners, I'm unfortunately gonna have to end the meeting shortly. I have a urgent meeting at work I have to attend to, so I apologize for that. But just wanna mention that the resolution that we drafted, you'll see the series of correspondence that we have had between the state of New Jersey, and county government, dating back to, where they basically told us that the project continues to be in final design and that they're working very hard to expedite it. We're now in 2020 through. We continue to have accidents out there. We've included the updated accident data from the Galloway Township Police Department. We just do not seem to feel any sense of urgency from the state DOT on a roadway that they have ranked as one of the most dangerous intersections in the state of New Jersey. So we've talked about doing resolutions, and as a result of the latest accident, Commissioner Days and I, it was time to get it on the table. Rich, you wanna?
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah, I mean, as Commissioner Gatto said, that the resolution pretty much speaks for itself, and it's a history of our correspondence back and forth, to the point where the state even admits, on Department of Transportation letterhead, that it's, I think it's, they said the 8th worst ranked intersection in the state, in sections. And again, I don't necessarily make all my decisions based on social media, but every time if you do a search of the accidents of the press, local news media, but on social media, this is the one that keeps coming up time and time again. Something has to be done. Something has to be done from the business owners, the employees that work in the businesses on the corner of Clone and Route 30. Every time there's an accident, the road is shut down for hours on end. They complain about the lost revenue, and compound that with what they lost during the COVID shutdowns. I mean, it's kind of reaching a point where there are a lot of people that are frustrated. The property owners are frustrated. I mentioned this before. You go out to Gilchrist and you look at the barriers that they've erected in the parking lot to try to protect the people that are waiting to get into the restaurant because they've seen some close calls out there. I think we need to kind of continue to highlight this. The state itself has admitted that it's one of the worst intersections, and we keep getting the same answers. And most recently it was, a COVID shutdown. There's nobody in the office, and they were trying to work as best they could. So again, I just want to make sure that we keep this issue in the forefront and not let it, continue to slip. Like I said, you go back to 2018, so we need to keep on this and keep at it, and hopefully, eventually, we're going to protect people's lives. So.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments from our commissioners? Okay, seeing none. Any comments from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
She's
She jumped off.
Oh.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 398 has been withdrawn. That brings us right to Resolution 399.
Resolution celebrating National Blueberry Day, sponsor Commissioner James A. Bertino.
Motion?
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any comments from the commissioners?
Jimmy, where are you?
Just one comment, if I may.
Oh, no.
For those of you, of course, you guys all know we do this every year. The blueberries, of course, the state fruit. They generate tens of thousands of jobs and generate millions into our state economy. It's recognized not only for its health and the benefits of the blueberry, and also for its business it generates. So I just wanted to recognize it as a state crop. And also in the spirit of the resolution, we want to lift the ban on Commissioner Corsi. We can have a blueberry later today.
So blueberries for everybody at the next meeting, right?
Oh.
I'll bring a few faces up there.
Case, we may have a full house that day.
We may. Any other comments from the commissioners? Seeing none, any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 400.
Resolution in support of North Beach Mini Golf Limited Liability Corporation's grant application to the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority to construct an American Disabilities Act compliant public access way. Sponsors Commissioner Amy L. Gatto and Commissioner Ernest D. Corsi.
Move.
Second?
Motion made and second. Any comments from the commissioners?
Madam Chair, very quickly, I think the resolution speaks for itself. As most of you probably have read in the paper, they had started to put this venture called back in Atlantic City, and it's a lot of support countywide, not just in Atlantic City. Amy and I talked about this before. It's a long time coming. I think CRDA is starting to finally move some of the stuff. Unfortunately, it was on the agenda. It was pulled from the state. And when we started asking questions, nobody could give me an answer, but I think it's back on track. I think this resolution kind of helped it along the way, so we ask you for your support.
Thank you, Commissioner. Do we have any other comments from the commissioners? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That concludes the written portion of our agenda. Any reports, special committees of the board? Okay, seeing none, any unfinished business?
I'm just wondering why that resolution was pulled, the warehouse.
It has to be vetted more. We didn't have enough information. A lot of commissioners have made a call and asked for it to come along. Get some further information. So no other unfinished business. Any new business? Seeing none, we have received copies of written communication and petitions. Any commissioner comments? Okay, we'll now open the public portion, public comment portion. Anyone that would like to speak, please come to the podium, state your name and the town you reside. And I don't think we have anybody from the public here today, but if you are attending virtually, please type yes in the question and answer box. You'll be raised as an attendee to a panelist. When you're raised, please state your name and where you reside. No. Okay. Any comments for the good of the order?
Madam Chair,
Yep, Commissioner Corsi.
let me just say it feels good to be back in person. I didn't have no glitches, so I couldn't blame it on the computer going out. And
We're fading out a little
we're
today.
in a, what was that?
We're fading out a little today.
Yeah, okay. I will say let the record reflect, because this is our first in-person meeting. I was given orders. I will not mention the people's names, and if they were not here by 4:45, there may be a problem. So the record will reflect it is about 4:40, and I have 5 minutes to spare. I am not going to take that chance to filibuster, because I have to deal with those same people tomorrow. Again, I'm not going to mention their names, but oh, the clerk snitching. It was at the, listen, it was at the, they wanted to get the clerk out for her birthday. But no, seriously, congratulations, and I mean, happy birthday, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thanks to staff for everybody getting together to make this possible, to get back in person. It feels good. Maybe this is an indication, being back in person will keep our meetings to 45 minutes to an hour. And that's a good thing. And if it doesn't happen, you blame Pat. So,
We know who to blame.
And Tara told me don't mention her name. Hi, Tara. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I agree. Do I have any other comments from the commissioners?
Seeing none, motion for adjournment.
No. Nominations are now being accepted for the annual Donald J. Sykes Award, where outstanding residents with disabilities who have attained significant personal achievements and made difference in the lives of others are recognized.
You said Trump or Sykes? Which one did you say?
Sykes, Donald J. Sykes.
I heard you.
Yeah, I know. Eligible nominees will be honored at a reception in October during Disability Awareness Month and presented with the Donald J. Sykes Award, named in memory of the former chairman of the Atlantic County Disability Advisory Board. More details can be found on the county website. And this really, if anybody knows of anybody that should be nominated for this, many people don't feel that they have the writing skills, and we would be happy to maybe put you in contact with someone, but it really is a nice thing that's been going on for quite a few years. And August is National Immunization Awareness Month, as well as National Back to School Month. This provides us with an opportunity to continue to encourage people to get vaccinated to prevent the spread of COVID, along with other immunizations that prevent serious diseases. So maybe we could use that as trying to encourage a little bit more too. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Let's go home. Second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.